So it is currently 12 minutes past 7, and I'm gonna try that test just before London session opens, and we'll see how it goes. If it gets to 8, then I will if it gets to 8, then I'll end end it and then carry on after I finish trading. But I should be able to do it within this time, to be fair. Initial date July 30th, end date Saturday. So June was a negative month. Oh, that's June 30th. Yeah, June was a negative month by 3% with what 13 consecutive losses. So June was my worst month out of all the months so far. So I think out of 6 months, I had 4 profitable months, 5 profitable months. Yeah, one of the two. We had a break or structure to the downside. Now we've got 9:15. Got a break structure to the upside. Low create a new high. Why is it not? Okay, I think that's the closest I can get it to $300. Okay, tested, tapped into the trade. Push the upside. Let's retest my entry. Just tested the lows. Yeah, it would hit definitely hit stop loss. So minus 97 on what day? Wednesday. Minus 0.97%. We'll just say 1%. Actually, no, we'll actually say 0.97%, even though it would have been 1%. Because then it could affect me adding things up. But yeah, so that's Monday. That's Wednesday. 750. Break shot to the upside. Break shot to the upside again. Yeah, that's a break. 73, 93. Hit TP without tagging me in. Would I have entered there? I'd probably entered off of here, so count this as a mistrade. Mistrade times 1. Yeah, can't miss one. So that's Thursday, 7:40. No trade. Yeah, no trade. So after 10. So first week done, one trade, one loss. Okay, London sessions now hit. That's a break, yeah. No trade. It's 10. 7:30. London session breaks very early. Push the upside. Break to the upside. So yeah, break to the upside. 53, so 73. Orders -79 on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Break structure to the upside. Break structure to the upside again. Mark this like this. Lows 25, so 45. 45. Break structure to the downside, so -35 on Wednesday. 35. So now we're into 2 weeks into July. No 50. No trade. It's 10. Yeah, no trade. Yeah, there'll probably be no trade today as well because of how far lows and highs are. to be fair. What's the time? Yeah, 10, see no trade. Just now going on to the 13th of July. So now we're like midway through the month. It's 8 now. Break stretch to the outside with that candle on a Monday. So we had a break with this candle, low here, and then a new high was formed. Just like that. 60, so that would be 80. What's the time? It's 7:23. What's the time here? 9:40, 9:45, 9:50. No trade. Would this have hit? Nope. It wouldn't have. So that would also be missed loss because I probably would have entered that. So two missed trades. And the reason why I'm just gonna count them as missed trades and not actually factor them into um my thing is because dependent on the day, right, dependent on the day and other factors would be if I actually do enter it. If my spreads were really good that day or spreads were really good, then I would have entered it. But if the spreads were looking a bit mad that day and it was looking like an extra 4 pips away from 50% and then a crazy stop loss, I probably wouldn't have entered it. So that's why I count them as missed trades and not necessarily, you know, add them into my results. Because I don't think adding them into my results would make sense. Because they're not trades that I would necessarily exactly enter. But if I was in the market, there's a possibility I would have entered based on the spreads and based on the so forth. You know, that trade there, I could have entered, or I might have entered, or I might not, type of thing. Remember, FTMO spreads are really bad. You can, sometimes they're like 0.8, but that entry was 955. Okay. Yeah, sometimes they're really bad. Minus 0.40 on Tuesday. Yes, as I was saying, they're really bad sometimes. So you could lose, you could have really bad spreads and where prices it's like 0.8 or like a whole pip behind. So if it was showing that, then I probably would have seen it as like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to target an extra 4 to 5 pips just to win this trade. It's not even worth it. And I might have just left it, you know. But if the spreads were looking good that day, or I wasn't even imagine I wasn't trading with FTMO, I was trading a personal account. Obviously, your personal account's gonna have better spreads than FTMO. It should do anyway. Then probably would have taken it, type of thing. Because I would have thought, oh, it's my own personal capital. I don't really mind if it loses. I just want to enter every trade that fits my rules, type of thing. So that's why I put it on mistrades. Because if I was trading at that time, probably would have entered it based on the conditions and so on. So right now we're down minus 2.5%, and we are coming up to oh, what time is it here? 9:15. Hasn't broken yet. It's 9:20. Still hasn't broken. Broken now, but I think it's 10. 9:50. Yeah, no trade. So yeah, based on conditions and stuff would have been if I entered. So just keep it as a mistrades in that mistrade section. Friday on this session. Double top. I'm gonna say it broke that structure. Definitely broke the structure to the downside. 9 a.m. Break a structure again. Nine 9:40. This trade here, I would have entered because I entered manually. So if I was waiting for it to come as close as 50% and it come to here, then I would have entered. I want to cancel the limit and we'll see what happens. So it does end up hitting TP Friday the 17th. So X2, two missed trades. That's fine. Now we're at the last week. Yep, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. So break structure to the upside. Okay, we got break structure now. This side. $24. So 24, 34, 50, 44. 44, 1, 2, 3. So that's tagged me in. TP here. Monday. 3%. What's the time? 7:30. Okay, so Monday here. So it was losing for 19 days. Took one trade and it's now won. Now we're in profit. As we like to see. London sessions opened. London sessions opened. Break to the upside. A break to the downside. As of yet, 10 a.m. hit, so no trade. Now 7. London session creates a high, creates a low, creates another low, low. Break a structure to the downside. Twenty 72, so 92. So we've been tagged in, tested the highs, so profit, just create a nice bearish structure, just consolidate it, and we lose. So it hits full stop loss, so minus 1% on Wednesday, minus 1% Wednesday. The trade was doing well and then reversed a couple pips from TP, which can happen, and it just is what it is. 8 a.m.'s hit. Tested the lows. Okay, now it's closed beneath the lows. Let's create a high, new high. So 51. So 71. 1 to 3. It's tested us in and stop loss instantly. So minus Thursday, minus 1%. On Thursday, so we're at minus 1.5% with I think one win this whole month, which is crazy, but is what it is. Break a structure to the upside. Break a structure again to the upside. Bullish candle, bearish candle, and bullish candle creates a new high. For me anyway. I follow my rules as much as possible, even if it looks stupid, even if it don't look right. 56, 76. Tag me in the trade. Bro structure to the downside instantly. Minus 59 on Friday. Minus 0.59. So that's that week done. And now what are these? What's this? The finale week. The finale. Last couple of days. So we've got Monday. Yeah, break and structure. Yeah, break and structure. No. Yeah, it is a break structure. I'm just about to see the break structure. So we've got a break structure. Bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle again, bullish candle again. Tests the highs, doesn't break. Now we've got a break to the low. So I'd mark for the most recent high. 20, so 20 would be there. Say there. 69, so 89. 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Tags me in the trade. Trades up. Create structure. Hits TP. Okay, so that's 27th of July. On what day? On Monday. 3% on Monday. Tuesday, we'll see. Okay, so no break to the upside. 10, no trade. So at 0.86% this month so far. We've got 2 days left. Okay, so we have a break structure to the outside on Wednesday. Break structure again. So I could enter off of here. Stop loss here. 31, so 51. I didn't mean to do that, to be fair. Yeah, 51. 51. Tagged me in. Broke structure to the downside instantly. Minus 21 on Wednesday. Minus 0.1281. So Wednesday's had a lot of losses. A lot of trades on Wednesday, which I've realized in July. Okay. Thursday. Why is not backtest Thursday? So we'll look at my analytics so far. And then, okay, so 65 total P&L. Okay. What I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of this. And a screenshot of this. So I'll take a screenshot of both of that. And then backtesting session, July. Account. USD. Select chart layout, London, initial date, and then we'll do it from the 28th to then the 5th. Just so that we end it properly. So it was on the 30th of July, right? So, yeah, get to the 30th of July and see what them extra 2 days or whatever does. Okay, so 7:20 on the session. On the session, no trade, no breaks up to the downside or upside in the time of trading, which is fine. Last day of July 31st. No break to the downside. Break to the downside now. So bullish candle, bearish candle, but the bullish candle doesn't matter because it's only about the bearish candle. So let's see what the bearish candle, two bearish candles, three, two bullish candles. Okay. So we got this bearish candle, created this high, and created this bearish candle, bearish candle, created a new bullish candle. So 20, 76, so 96. Okay. Tagged me in. I didn't even check the time. 9:55. This trade tagged me in at 10. Okay, we'll just say we've taken it then. Count it as a loss if it loses, but yeah, so minus 1%. So Friday, percent. So need to look at the screenshots now. So average loss would still remain the same. So I'll type in P&L. P&L would be minus. So it's in 65 profit, would it be minus 100? Minus 40 something. 65 minus 100. Minus 35. Minus 0.35%. Win rate. So that's a 20% win rate. See if I did another trade. And be 18.18%. So very 4%. Total trades would be 10. Wins 2. Loss. Wins 2. Loss 9. Other deals. Oh yeah, average win, average loss. AW, average win 3.07%, average loss minus 0.67%. Top 10. Consecutive losses, I don't need to write that because it's 4, so it's not anything unbearable. Anything else I need to write from here? No. And I had 2 missing winners, so that would have been 6R. This would have been -1, so we could have ended the month in 5% profit, to be honest. But we'll add these up now. So we got 6% here on Monday. So Monday was good. Calculator minus 0.79 minus 0.40 minus 1.19. Okay. 0.97 minus 0.35 minus 1 minus 0.21. Wait, what? Did that wrong. 0.97 minus 0.35 minus 1 minus 0.21. Why is it giving me 0.59? Doing it wrong. Minus 1.97 minus 0.35 minus 0.21. That is more believable. Minus 2.53%. Minus 1% minus 0.59%. So green day, red, 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 red. So that is a back test of, so I'll write down overall, right? Let's write overall T. So overall trades, got, what's the time? Oh, 7:51, okay. Total trades, so we got 10 plus 15 plus 15 plus 10 plus 15 plus 15 plus 13 plus 11 plus 15. Oh my god, I did that so wrong. 15 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 15 plus 10. 79. So I went from 98 trades to 79. Now we've got 79 trades. And now how many winners? 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4. So they're all the winners. 20 wins. Wins 20. Losses will just be 79 minus 20, which would be 59. So win rate would be 20 wins and 59 losses. A win percentage of 25.3%. And if you know 25% risking 1% to gain 3%, you should be at a break even. So remember that total P&L. So we're going to add up the total P&L. We're not going to include missed trades because that would make the stats unfair. We'll just go off the trades I've actually taken. So 0.63 P&L 0.35 minus 0.35 minus 3.30 that gives you 3.65. So I'm just going to write that here. Minus 3.65. That's minus 3.65. And then I'm going to add the profitable amounts. 4.89 plus 10.24 plus 2.59. Oh no, it's not 59, it's 52. 2.52 plus 0.68. That gives you 18.33%. So 18.33. Now we're gonna 18.33 minus 3.65 gives you 14.68%. Okay, that's the total P&L. Overall trade 79, wins 20, losses 59, win rate 25.30%. Total P&L is 14.68%. And now months, WM winning months, losing months, LM. How many losing months was there? Losing months, 2. This one. So 1, 2. Profitable months, 1, 2, 3, 4. Winning months, 4. And then we'll do a breakdown of the days here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So start with Monday. Monday gave us 6% here. Minus 1.74 here. Plus 5 here. Plus 5 here. I didn't add these ones up. So far we're at 14.26 just off Monday so far. So I'm gonna have to add these ones up. 3 minus 1 minus 0.64 gives you 1.36%. So 1.36, that's that amount, and then 0.82 minus 0.88 minus 0.82 minus 0.88 gives you 1.7. So minus 1.7. So I'll add that up in a minute. Tuesday minus 1.19 minus 2.5 plus 1.83 plus 5.80 plus 6. 3, so yeah, 6. And then what, we'll just round that to 40. So 2.60 plus 2.60 gives you 12.99%. 12.99%. It's now 7:59, so I'm just gonna get the charts up on my iPad real quick so I can make sure I'm not missing a trade or missing anything. Yeah, should wrap this up. So where are we? We're at Wednesday now. So Wednesday, oh, Wednesday here. Minus 2.53 minus 1.14 plus 1.87 minus 0.47 plus 2 equals minus 0.27. I need to also add in the one just before after Feb. So Feb, this one. 0 minus 0.87 minus 0.69. So 1 minus 1.56. Thursday minus 1 plus 1.26 minus 2.21 plus 2.50 minus 1, and then I'm going to have to add that one in. So far that is minus 0.45 and then do that one now. So 3 minus 1 minus 0.66 minus 0.61 is 0.73. 0.73. And then Friday minus 1.59 plus 0.41 minus 1.60 minus 2.59 minus 2.31. Do that. No. So that's minus 7.68, and then I need to do this one. 0. Yeah, minus 0.45 minus 0.80 minus 1 minus 1 minus 3.25. So we'll do Monday now. Well, not Monday now. 14.26 plus 1.36 minus 1.7 gives you 13.92. So 13.92% from Monday. Tuesday, I didn't need to do that one. Wednesday, 1.56, 0.27 gives you minus 1.83%. Thursday, minus 0.45 plus 0.73 gives you profit of 0.28. And then Friday, 7.68 minus 3.25. Did that the wrong way. Minus 7.68 minus 3.25 gives you minus 10.93. So that is a very, very interesting result. But as you can see, Monday and Tuesday, very heavy hitters. Thursday I thought was my worst, as I always kept saying, Thursday and Friday seem like my worst days. But it looks like Thursday does better than Wednesday. So first most profitable, second most profitable, third, fourth, fifth best days, Monday, Tuesday, worst worst days, best days Monday and Tuesday, worst days Wednesdays and Fridays. So we'll see how that plays out in live markets. But if you think about it like this, right? If you think about it like this, Monday is my best day, Tuesday is my second best day, third best day, fourth best day, and it goes back to what I said before. If I was to cut my risk on the days I know are supposed to be my worst days, it would increase my profits. So let's say Monday is my best day, so I risk 1%, which I did to make the 13%. So 13.92% plus 12.99%, that gives you 26%. So Monday and Tuesday by itself, that's 26.91%. Now, if I cut risk on my least profitable days, so let's say Wednesday and Friday, so we're at 26. I'm going to write this here, 26.91%. Wednesday is my least profitable day, so is Friday. So 1.83% or 1.83 divided by 2 is 0.91. Okay, so 0.91915, but it will just be 0.91. Or we can say 0.92 just for easy maths. So 0.92. And then Friday, 10.93%. 10.93 divided by 2, 5.465, but we'll just round it to 5.5. So 5.5. Now, if we do this, 26.91 minus 5.5 minus 0.92. That ends us with 20%. So our overall P&L for the so far is 14%. If we half risk on Friday and Wednesday, it brings our P&L from 14% to 20%. So we bank an extra 6% just based on risking half on our worst days. And that is just how you have now seen how you can turn a strategy that's not profitable, but shows it has an edge and shows it can win into something that is profitable. You know, if you look at like hedge funds and things like that, they bring in, obviously they're trading with millions and billions, but they're only bringing in 12% or around that mark every year. And S&P 500, I'm pretty sure is around the same mark. So if you're bringing in more than that a year, then that's very good. The reason why funded accounts, you know, the reason why people don't see 12% returns as a good thing is because of funded accounts. I feel like they're the main the main problem when it comes to trading because they make people think that 12% or 14% return in a year is not good because you need to pass with 12% or you need to make 15% to pass a funded. So a lot of people think if you need 15% to pass a funded, then 15% in a year is not good. But the reality of it is, remember, to pass a funded account, it is literally named a challenge. Like that's what it's called. It's called a funded challenge because it's a challenge. They're challenging your skills. A challenge isn't something that's normal, you know? And that's what people I think the misconception is. People think that's normal to have to make 15% or 15% is average or it's easy to do. It's not. 15% is a lot to make. And it also comes down to your account size, you know, because a lot of people might think, oh, 15% is not that a lot, but that might be with what you're trading with, right? If you worked in a bank or you worked in a hedge fund or you had billions of pounds and your return was 15% on £1 billion, you wouldn't be thinking, oh, this is not a lot of money. You know, you're making 15 M's a year. That's more than enough money, you know? If you had 1 million, you're making what, 150k a year. If you have 100k, you're making 15k in a year. 15k in a year, yeah, that's below minimum wage. But from trading, something where you click buttons and you're only trading for 2 hours a day, I'd rather have 15k from trading and clicking a button for 2 hours than work a job and get paid more. But I'm having to put in more effort, more hours, and do you get what I'm saying? But that's just me. Everyone can pick their own poison, and this is the poison I choose to pick. But yeah, it's interesting to see that Friday is my worst days. I thought Thursday and Friday was, but it looks like, see, like Thursday after the first couple months, you know. So after this month, and then maybe this month, I might have thought, oh, Thursday's as bad as Friday. I'm gonna cut Thursday out, and then as I come to the end of my testing, Thursday does better than Wednesday. I didn't even think Wednesday was that bad, but it goes to show, just gotta stay consistent, doing the same thing, and you'll see which days outweigh each other. So Monday, Tuesday, they have a very, very, very good return. Um, I might even look at actually that would be good, yeah. Uh, the win rate of each day. Win rate, win rate, win rate. Oh, win rate. I'll move best days. Best days. Monday, Tuesday. Worst. Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, worst. Yeah, cool. Wednesday, Friday. So, win rate. First, need to know how many trades I have in the first place. So, win rate, go there. Leave a gap. Trade. Trades. 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 That'll go there. Space. Wins. 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 Right, the best days a bit low. Fucking hell. Best days. Monday. Tuesday. Worst. Loss. 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 Okay. So now we price might break structure to the downside. So wins 2 in that month, none in that month, 2 again in that month, 2, 2 again that month, plus 1. So 2, none in that month, 2, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, so 7. 7 wins on Monday, 7 wins on Monday, Tuesday, none in that month, none in that month, 1 in this month, so 1, plus 2, plus 2, plus 1, okay, so 6 in this month, Wednesday, none in that month, Wednesday, none in that month, Wednesday, 1, none in that month, none in that month, so Wednesday, 2 wins, Thursday, none in that month, 1, none in that month, none in that, oh, plus 1, plus 1, so 3, 3 on Wednesday, on Thursday, I mean, Friday, 1, jeez, 1 win on Friday. That is crazy. And then if I just find out my total trades now on Monday, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 trades on a Monday. Tuesday, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, Wednesday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14. Thursday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, 13. Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So my least profitable day has the most trading days. So 17 losses, 13 trades, 3 wins, so 10 losses, wins are 2, so 12 losses, 6 wins, so 6 losses, and then this would be 9 losses. So I know this one would be a 50% win rate, and then I'll Google the rest. Google 7 wins and 6 losses is what percentage? 7 wins. Oh no, 9 losses, my bad. Where am I getting a less number from? 7 wins and 9 losses is what percentage? 40, 43.75% win rate. 2 wins and 12 losses is what percentage? 14.29% win rate. 3 wins. 3 wins and 10. 3 wins and 10 losses is what percentage? Is 23.08%. So as you can see, near enough break even because it's near that 25% mark. And then Friday, 17, 1 win and 17 losses is what percentage? 5.56% win rate. So profitable day because of the win rate, break even. So I'd put that as amber, not profitable, not profitable. So that is the back tested results of 79 trades. That is the back tested results. Yeah, of the trades. Monday the most profitable with 43% win rate on a Monday. Tuesday with the best win rate of 50% win rate. So even though Monday has made more than Tuesday, profit wise, Tuesday has the better win rate. No? Which just means that Tuesday takes more full stop losses than Monday does, and that's all it means. but win rate, it does better. Wednesday, 14.29%. So that means it's a negative because if it's not above 25%, then it's negative. Amber is 23%, so it is a negative win rate. But because of how I close on Thursdays, it does give you a break even. Friday, negative win rate by so far, and the minus the P&L tells you that, as you can see. So yeah, that is back testing done. And I think I'm not gonna back test anymore. I think it's just gonna be live trading now. But that is a breakdown of how you should be looking at your stats. And if you see something in the market or you create a strategy or you find a strategy, or I don't know how you don't find your strategies or make your strategies. If you have to watch something or you just like spending a lot of time on charts and you figure things out like that way. Yeah, however, whatever works for you, once you do find that strategy that works for you or whatever, yeah, the best way to go about it is to back test it raw first. Take every setup you see, don't and ah, follow your rules to a T, see how that does, and then go over it again how I have. Check what times did you mostly lose, what days did you mostly lose, and all them things, and then start adding in them type of filters, you know? Start adding in them type of filters. And once you start adding in them type of filters, you get something like this, you know? This was my results before. This are my results before. Win rate of 28%. Here, as you can see, wins 22, losses 54, total 76. And now we're at a win rate of 25%, total P&L 14%, overall trades 79. You know, I was at a minus 32, and then minus 20 at 10 to 12, after 10 to 12. So, yeah, this is something you have to figure out. But I think this is the easiest way to do it. Backtest it raw, take every setup you see, every setup that makes sense. And let me see, let me also check if, uh, where is it? July live trading, where's July? July was minus 2.49%. So to end July minus 0.35%, saved us off an extra 2% loss. So can't complain. But yeah, backtest it raw, and that'll give you the it'll give you the sample size to work on, and then go through that sample size, break it down. How many trades did I win at this time? How many trades did I lose at this time? You know, okay, this is my win. This is my risk to reward. Okay, cool. Could I go for a 1 to 4 instead of a 1 to 3? Could I go for a 1 to 2 instead of a 1 to 3? Or if you're at a 1 to 3 and it's not working, would a 1 to 2 be better for this strategy? And then once you start building up that, then it starts to show its edge more and more. You know, how my strategy was when I first tested it raw, it was a negative month. Every month was negative, no profitable, no good months. And then when I back tested it again after changing my risk to reward, because I realized, bro, 70 to 80% of my trades go to a 1 to 3 when they hit a 1 to 2 anyways. So let me capitalize on the short amount of wins I have and try to profit as much as possible. Okay, my average losses stay around 0.70 mark. Okay, so a 1 to 3 would be the best for that, because that means that I'm gaining, even though I'm gaining 3R when I'm risking 1%, if we're going off averages, I'm gaining an average of 4 times the amount I lose, because 7 times 4 is 28, and I'm gaining 3% every time I win. And then when I lose, I'm losing on average 0.7%. So with them type of odds, win rate doesn't really play that big of a factor. So once I decided doing that, 8 to 10, I cut out a lot of losing trades, which meant that I ended my back testing results with 79 trades, 25% win rate, and a total P&L of 14%. So as you can see, the win rate only changed by like 2% from the raw strategy trading from 8 to 12 with a 1 to 2, but with a 1 to 3, it's the same ballpark of win rate overall, but with a 1 to 3. So it's more profitable because obviously you're getting more and you're losing the same amount, but you're making more profit because your obviously target is more. And your average losses have stayed the same since a 1 to 2. They haven't increased, which is great. And it went from I think losing all the months except one. How many months did I lose? Back testing. So -1, 1 month I won, 2 months I won, and every other month was a loser. So two profitable months and the rest negative. And now four profitable months and two negative. And even the negative months, 0.35% and 3.30%. So round that to 3 point, no, don't even need to round that. 3.65%, or we could say 3.70%, for simplicity's sake. So it's only two trades and then I've recovered two losing months. Two trades would recover two losing months, which is fine. And then I've broken it down day by day. And this is my win rate on Monday, my win rate on Tuesday, win rate on Wednesday, win rate on Thursday, win rate on Friday. So if I enter trades on these 5 days and I change my risk based on these days, so let's say I risk 1% on a Monday, 1% on a Tuesday, this is my win rate, the chance of winning. If I risk 0.5% on this day, 0.5% on this day, 0.5% on this day, all that will do is it will half my losses and increase my wins. The reason it increases my wins is because the drawdown that these would take off of these wins wouldn't be so much affected. If I make 3% on Tuesday and then go to my 14% win rate day, so out of 10 trades, I got 14% chance of winning. So let's just say 10%. So I can only, realistically, I'm only going to win 1 out of 10. Them nine losses will, them nine losses over time will chew away at the 3% I gain on Monday and Tuesday. But if it's half risk every time, 0.5%, and I'm gaining 3% the day before, it's only going to be 2.5% by Wednesday. Then if it hits Thursday, where Thursday 23%, let's say this is another negative day. If this is 0.5%, this is another 0.5%. These 3 days will only accumulate to 1.5%. So I'd still be 1.5% up just from one trade. So one trade would give me access to lose Wednesday, Thursday, Friday back to back, just off of one win. Whereas if I keep risking 1% per every day on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that means that this 3% win can be gone by the end of the week. So I could start the week great because Monday and Tuesday are my best days, and then by Friday, they've lost. All the profits I made, it's gone. Whereas if I risk based on my best and worst days, that just lowers the odds. So that is going to be something I do start to do in live testing until I have enough data to say that I just went for a bad Wednesday and Thursday, Thursday and Friday period, and it really isn't that bad, you know? But until I have that in live testing, I will lower my risk because there's no point using this data if I'm not going to apply it in the live markets. So Monday and Tuesday will be the only days I risk 1%. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be days I risk 0.5% per trade. And the live testing, 50 trades from now, 100 trades from now, will tell us if I should continue to risk 0.5%, right? And if it does continue to produce numbers like this, minus 10, -5%, or a win rate of 5% in live testing, and these stats kind of stay in the same ballpark, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will just be days I cut off and I will only trade Monday and Tuesday. Because the whole point of trading is to make money. So I'm not going to trade on days I know there's a higher chance of me losing than winning. You know? It doesn't make sense. And not just by a little bit. Like, for example, here, 43% win rate means there's more chance of me losing than winning. That is correct. But out of 10 trades, I might only lose 6. I have the possibility of winning 4. With here, I have the possibility of losing 9 and winning 1. Here, I have the possibility of losing 8 and winning 2. With here, I don't even have the possibility of winning one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I continue trading days that have shown me in back testing and now in live results, they're not for me, you know? So I would just cut them out. Or because I do trade a continuation, I might start looking for reversals and see if that will change the stats. But I think that would be something that I look into after the 50 trades. You know, after 50 trades, am I losing because of my entry time? If it's my entry time, then there's nothing I can do about it. But if it's because I'm entering and markets reverse on them days or change direction them days, and I see that in live testing, then I'll start thinking, okay, I'm going to enter the opposite way now. You know, so if I was looking for buys on Wednesday, I might start thinking, let me look for sells. If I'm thinking Thursday, I'm looking for sells, I might look for buys, and vice versa on Friday. And you know, you should get the gist. But yeah, these are my results so far. And yeah, we're gonna apply all this knowledge and all this data and all this stuff into live testing. And yeah, we'll see how it plays out and how well it does. So yeah, Monday 1%, Tuesday 1%, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be 0.5% days until it shows me that it's worthy of me risking 1% of my funded capital. And we'll see how that does. But until then, that is it. That is it.